Hi there, it's Curvy Lexie today. I really hope you guys had a good week. And today I'm coming back to you with my second video that I would call Fat but Fit and how to do and not do for keeping a plus healthy side body. Basically what I'm trying to explain here is that it's not because you're plus size that it means that you're unhealthy. However, it can also become that very quickly if you don't do this kind of healthy things that you need to entertain for your body, and you need to do that very regularly if you want your body just not to be a piece of flesh. Let's be honest at some point. I call it fat but fit, yes, because fat is fat. We need to call things the way they are, and they are beautiful curves, but at the end they're also an excess of fat. But it's not a reason for us people around to think that because some of us ladies have some overweight, it means that we are spending our days in McDonald's and eating bad and just having some takeaways and all these bad things. Because we can be plus size, but we can also be fit. So what I would like to tell you today is just basically 5 main tips on the do's and also 5 tips for the don'ts. At least you will be able to keep your body in the healthiest way. And maybe some of you will lose weight, some of you won't, but at least you will keep it to the good way. So I will start with the don'ts for sure, and then we'll keep going this way and give your opinion about what you should do instead. My first don't will be don't go for the extreme. Because I know how I used to do when I was younger. Well, my mom was telling me one thing about my weight, and then I was taking it so bad that for days then I wasn't eating anymore. That's pretty stupid, but well, lots of us do it, let's be honest. So it's not each time someone is going to offend you or someone is going to tell you the truth face to face that you need to take it personally. Facts are what they are, but it doesn't mean that you have to take it in the worst way than what it really is. If take an opinion for an opinion, take an advice for an advice, but don't go extreme each time you feel offended towards yourself or towards someone because you felt something was wrong with the reflection you have in the mirror. I think the best thing to do is definitely keeping it healthy all the way through. You should not skip meals. You should not decide for 3 days to fast just because suddenly you want to look slightly slimmer in one of your dresses. This is really wrong. So please keep the meals being meals and do not fast, or at least unless you want to fast 1 day or 2 and keep your body into a restructure of itself. But apart from that, just do not skip meals. My second one will be something more like reduce your sugar intake, because sugar is bad. Sugar generates fat. We think that bad fats is generating fat. Yeah, it's true. But the worst one is sugar. And I cannot explain enough how important it is to at least minimize that part. Like avoid brownies, avoid cakes, avoid all this type of unhealthy things which are making pile up in your sugar level, and then after stays inside your body. It's really not good. So recently I've started reading lots of different books about this. One is called I Quit Sugar, and I really like it actually. I'm not saying that you have to follow it, I'm not saying that you have to do exactly like the way that person does, but it's at least instructing you on how to replace sugar by other type of food, and it's actually pretty interesting. So it's not about the methods, but it's about knowing how to replace basically. So I think that you should grab a little piece of advice here and there and learn how to replace all that sugar intake that you're taking every day, because sugar is actually everywhere and most of the processed food in particular are full of it. So try to cook yourself, avoid to just buy cans and already made meals, all these type of things. These are little things that you can do every day and that will definitely reduce that sugar intake. So I think it's good to change a little habit here. And number 3 of my don'ts, I took some little notes for myself. So, well, basically my number 3 will be avoid fizzy drink. And this one was probably one of the hardest for me, let's be honest. I love my Coke, and yeah, I know, my Coca-Cola was a bit important some years ago, so, but definitely sugar is the worst part is coming from fizzy drink. So it's really something which is not good for your health, it's not good for your inside, it's even worse for your stomach, which looks bloated and all these type of things. So yes, avoid. I'm not saying that everybody's capable of only drinking water, but replaced by tea, replaced by even juice a bit, not every day obviously, but yes, avoid the fizzy, the sparkling, all of that is really not good for the way your body looks. Doesn't mean that your inside will be totally bad if you drink some, but if you're having a Coke, a Sprite or whatever every single day, at some point, believe me, yes, you will have a bloated belly and all this type of things which are not going to be nice for you and the way you look. So yes, reduce a lot. My number 4 was like, don't rush your meals. Yes, why? Because we are all very busy every day and we run always, and sometimes we don't take the time to take the time. And I really think this one is important, because eating, standing up, for example, or eating and running at the same time, or for me, for example, I'm living in London, so we are taking the tube, the metro all the time. So when you have this type of crazy life in a mad 9 million inhabitant city, you're always running, so you have to be very careful about this type of things. Meals have to be taken on time, and they have to be taken on the spot and seated and like paying attention to what you eat, not running with your food, not standing up with your sandwich and talking to someone at the same time and breathing and taking some extra air that you definitely don't need for your stomach. And even worse, like going in the tube and eating in the tube, like I see some people sometimes, and no, it's not good. Or at least if you want to accumulate some extra fat and make it worse, yes, definitely go for it. But otherwise, I would surely advise you to take the time, even if it's 20 minutes, but really sit, stop, and just think about what you're going to do now, which is taking your meal. And my last one will be, don't stop. Whatever good things you're doing for yourself, do not stop them just because you don't have the feeling you're seeing the results that you would like to see. I know it's a bit controversial, because most people think that by eating healthy they will lose weight. Well, I started eating healthy about a year and a half ago, something like this, and unfortunately for me, I didn't lose much weight. Let's be honest, I was way thinner before, and well, I stabilized, which was what I was talking about in my last video, but I didn't really lose weight. However, my body changed. My body shape has changed. The way my stomach was swollen has changed. And all this type of things were due to the fact that I was eating healthy. Did I change my size? No. Did I change my clothing size? No, neither. And do I look like I was thinner than before? Some people do say so, but at the end the result is the result, and the scale didn't move. But you should not be desperate because of this. You should not think that because your scale shows something which is still the same number, it means that nothing has changed in your body. So do something else. Try, see if your clothing looks slightly more loose, or if you have the feeling that your stomach feels flatter, or your arms looks a bit better, or even just take a tape and measure yourself. There's nothing better than centimeters actually. You will see like, oh, I lost half an inch here, or I lost 3 inches there, or my stomach is slightly smaller than it used to be, or my arm shape is better. These are the results. Don't start hunting the scale every 10 minutes just to be sure that you will see a few pounds less on your scale. Well, now we've seen the bad part, but there's always some good parts. So, as I say, the don'ts and the do's of how to keep a healthy body. And for my first do, I will talk about food, because as I said earlier, yes, okay, you are bigger than the normal average. That's a fact. Doesn't mean you have to eat wrong. We agree on this. But how to eat? That's the question. Well, we know the no McDonald's, no KFC, no Burger Kings, etc. We all know about this. We all know how to avoid the basic stuff. But there's something which is really, really important, is the way you divide your plate. So you need to be sure that, let's say that, for example, your whole plate is like 100%, okay? Your food is gonna look like a circle, and you will divide it. And the way you divide it needs to be like 50% needs to be vegetables, and then you need to keep 25% for your meat, so your lean protein and all this type of things, eggs, or even tofu if you're vegetarian, for example, but just protein on 25%. And then the last 25% needs to be carbs, but it has to be good carbs and more veg. You cannot do like only like most pasta and then I add just like half of a courgette on the top, and I have the feeling that yes, because I had half of a courgette I add vegetables. No. So you need half, so 50, 25, 25. That's the way you need to divide your plates if you want to be healthy. My second do will be basically keep a schedule. 3 healthy meals a day. Oh God. That's important. That's really, really important, because do not skip on breakfast. Do not think that your dinner is not important. Don't rush on your lunch, stay on your computer and think that, yeah, it's okay, I'm gonna eat tonight. No, because otherwise you're gonna just accumulate some cravings, and that's the moment that your body is gonna be not controlled anymore and you will act in the worst way. So I would say eat healthy 3 times a day and avoid the snack instead. Don't like do little punches of like food here and there. I'm gonna have 1 fruit here, 10 fruits there. Well, fruits are good, don't get me wrong, but if you can avoid to snack all day long, that would be better. You just need to educate your body in the way that it needs to understand that it has 3 moments a day where it needs to eat, and then the rest of the day it needs to wait. Because if you don't explain to your body that at some point it needs to crave a bit and wait for the next meal to happen, then nothing will ever happen into your body, because it will just always feel like each time it needs to eat, you're giving it food. So keep it healthy, don't skip breakfast. I know we all have that bad habit. We're rushing in the morning, we need to take the car, take the train, whatever, to go to work, and we don't take breakfast. Well, in this case, just do like I do. I'm really wrong for eating early in the morning, so I'm just taking my breakfast with me and I eat it when I arrive at work. And I take my time. I take 10 minutes for myself fully. I just don't start work until I finish eating, and then I had that moment. That's a bit later than what I was planning to, but at least it's done. Do not like just grab coffees over coffees over coffees and then don't put anything good into your body. Then my third do will be keep a regular activity. Yes, I know. There's a lot of us who don't like it, but we have to. It doesn't mean that we are doing sport to lose weight, because you will see like hundreds of videos like, oh, you want to lose weight? Well, that's great. Just do some sport. It's true. But it doesn't have to be the only reason or the only thing that is happening. You just want to keep it healthy, so you need to make a bit of activity. It doesn't mean that you need to go to the gym 10 times a week, that you will become a training freak, but you need to make your body do something. You can't stay on the sofa all day watching a few stuff, movies, series, whatever, and just wait for the day to pass on. It's easy to find an hour. Doesn't have to be every day, but at least 2-3 times a week if you can. Just take the time. It's a good hour for yourself. It's not like something that you have to share with everybody, that you need to do with 10 other friends, but at least take the time for yourself. Just put some music on and do. And for the ones who are gonna tell me that money is a problem, yeah, I can understand that money can be an issue, especially if you don't have the means to be able to afford every month to pay for some gym, etc., which are getting more and more expensive. But it doesn't cost much to do it home, so just grab something. You know what? Look, I have these little weights. I'm using them home sometimes, and I'm trying to vary with the workout I'm doing at the gym and the ones I'm doing home. So those ones, very plastic and sometimes very easy to use at least. And the yoga mat. Same thing, you can go on Amazon, you can find one for like what, 5-10 pounds. You just use that, keep it home and lie down and do some exercise. Take something on YouTube. After all, if you're looking at me today on YouTube, that means that you know how to use it. So just decide to find like 15 minutes workout here and there, half an hour workout here and there, and just follow those videos and do something with your yoga mats. I think that really can work out for most of us. So the most important is just not to give up. Then number 4 will be learn how to vary your food. Yes, This one is really important. I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. I don't think I would have managed to reach the healthy part of my plus size if I did not how to cook, or if I didn't love cooking. Because I used to be on diet most of my life. Like I was saying in my first video, I put up on weight when I was around 6 years old. So let's say that I've been dieting non-stop. So always trying new things, the cabbage diet, the protein diet, the shake diet for the worst part of it. And that was also very, very frustrating. If you like your body and if you like what you're eating, if you like the intake that comes on your body at the moment that you're having that food, you need at some point to like cooking. So what I learned is to develop my cooking skills through healthy stuff. It was about just learning how to cook some vegetables that I didn't even know about before, how to use some like very protein meats that I was not eating in the past, or how to replace my carbs also, because it's very easy. Like every day we think that carbs is basically potato, rice and pasta. Okay, yeah, cool, that's most of them, but they're not everything, and on the top of it they're really not the best ones. So you can like change for oats, for quinoa, for bulgur, for couscous, for all this type of little grains which are eaten as carbs and are helping a lot your body way more than just eating pasta, rice and potatoes. And that would really, really help the number of recipes you can have in mind. So guys, honestly, it just takes 2 seconds to Google something like healthy recipes. So, and it doesn't take as long also to make a healthy meal. As much as honestly you coming with a low budget in life or something, if you have £6 to spend into a McDonald's, you can definitely have £6 to spend in a courgette, kale and a piece of chicken. So at this level, that's the part where I'm trying to be tough on myself and sometimes a bit too much, but fast food is not a good solution for a lot of things, so spend that same money into something a bit better for yourself. And my last one, but surely not least at least, is obviously drink a lot of water. Drink. Honestly, if at work you have a water fountain, fill it up. Keep always some water on your desk. If during the evenings you need to be home and do things all these things at the same time, just grab yourself a tea, have some good teas, green teas, have lots of water, and yes, really hydrate yourself a lot. That's very important. The more you hydrate, the more you flush, the more your body will be like draining and feeling better. So, well, that's it for today. I really hope you learned a few things about it. And if you have some questions, as usual, so just send me some messages, and please like, subscribe, share, show your friends, anything you like to, but make that channel be good for everyone. So thank you and have a good weekend. Bye.